Hello, everybody. We're back, and the Niners just stomped one of the worst teams in the NFL. And I'm surprised that their coach hasn't been fired yet. Niners beat the Cardinals 41-22, something like that. We're going to talk about it after this. Was that the worst coach team you've ever seen in your life? I mean, 17 penalties to 1. That was bizarre. Every time they threw the flag, I just thought like, wow, what'd they screw up this time?
I mean, to answer your question, probably not, sadly. Like, I've probably seen worse coach teams than that, and it felt like some of those penalties were a little questionable, but for the most part, I think the Cardinals were just undisciplined. But let's talk about the one. How crazy is it to think that the Niners would have had a clean sheet if it wasn't for Renardo losing his mind there? Because that one penalty was totally like avoidable, you know?
Yeah, probably should have been an offsetting penalty too. Should have been on
Right.
both him and McBride, and if they're offsetting, then they don't count.
Mm.
But anyways, yeah, it was pretty bad. It seemed like every time the Cardinals were gonna, I don't know, make some sort of move to trying to get back into the game, they would then immediately shoot themselves in the foot. So
Is it true? I saw that the Cardinals coach was saying it was reffed unfairly, or he was saying he made some sort of comment about implying that there was some sort of cheating going on.
You
Did you
couldn't
guys see
pay
that?
me to watch a Jonathan Gannon press conference, so I have no idea.
I'll Google it really quick. Maybe what I saw was fake news, but
That'd be pretty lame if he said that. I mean, maybe you've lost the locker room and your team is undisciplined because they don't respect you, and you're also an injured team, every bit as injured as the Niners were that week. And you've got a bunch of guys who just weren't prepared. So maybe that's what it was. Why? I don't think the NFL had it out for you. And the Niners are not known as some like disciplined team when it comes to not getting penalties against them. So maybe the Niners just had a good week and you didn't.
I think I might be I think what I saw was fake news because I'm not seeing anything about it now that I'm looking now. But while I'm looking, oh my goodness. Did you know
Oh,
Jonathan Gannon,
Uh-oh.
their head
Frozen?
coach, got fined a
you
month
froze.
ago
You froze?
$100,000 by the team for punching their running back in the face?
Okay, no, you're back. You froze there for a minute, but no, that is mostly true, but partially fake news. It was
Oh,
the running back Demarcado. They
yeah.
were lead. It was that game that they blew against the Dolphins, against that crazy comeback,
Yeah.
and the running back Demarcado broke free and had a walk-in touchdown and dropped the ball at the 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And Miami recovered and ended up completing this crazy comeback. But the coach Gannon was so pissed, he went up to him and like smacked him in the chest
Oh,
and like his pads right in his chest. Like, dude, what are you doing? Which I thought was pretty innocuous. Like, this
yeah.
is football, dude. Like, you slap each other. Like, I thought it was totally harmless. But yeah, he got fined $100,000 for that. He kind of gave him like a punch in the chest.
The title of this made it sound like he just absolutely clocked him, but I
No,
guess
he probably he probably would have
mm,
been fired on the spot for that. But no, I thought it was pretty innocent and lame. I don't even think he should have been fined.
yeah. Okay.
Um, what do you guys think of Brock? First game back in 6 or so weeks.
Steven, you can go first.
Well, he reminded me why I want him out there instead of Mac Jones for all the people
Yeah,
that were talking about it. I mean, I love Mac and I got a lot of respect for what he did, but it's just a different level, just a different offense. I mean, I realize that the Cardinals aren't that good of a team, but I love seeing his mobility. I love seeing some of those like just layered throws or whatever you want to call them, where he kind of feathers them in there and
yeah.
like
That's his best throw is over the
yeah,
linebacker in front of the safety.
Yeah, so it feels like there are more features to the offense when he is out there, and it showed immediately. And I love the connection of him and George.
Yeah.
Speaking of that connection, did you see the stat of the all-time touchdowns quarterback to tight end? And
They
obviously
still,
Brock and Kittle were at 22, tied with Smith and Vernon. But then they had another touchdown, so that moves them into second place by themselves with 23.
I thought they were tied with Brent Jones and Steve Young, and I thought Smith and Vernon were in first place. Was it the
Is
other
that
way
what it
around?
was?
I
I thought Alex and Vernon were number 2.
hmm.
I could be wrong. I don't.
Well, Vernon had a 13 touchdown year, like 1 year with Alex Smith as his quarterback. So that's why I figured they were at 30, because if he did almost half of it in one season.
Yeah. Alex also missed a lot of time from being benched, though. So there was probably some years in there where there wasn't much. I don't know. Either way, I know Brock and
Yeah,
Kittle are in second now.
they're in sole possession of second place now. Whoever they're chasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you starting to say, Chasen?
I was just gonna say, yeah, Brock looked sharp. The formula for the Niners to win games, competitive games, is gonna be an elite offense, and Mac Jones gives them a good offense. Brock Purdy has the potential to turn it into an elite offense because of his explosive plays. He's a little more inclined to huck the ball down the field, be more aggressive versus Mac, who's maybe a little bit more of a game manager. And as long as that toe's feeling good, Brock can scramble, Brock can make a little magic happen. So it was good to see. I mean, he came back against the ideal opponent. It doesn't get a whole lot easier than the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but either way, it is a nice way for him to get his feet wet and get his confidence back. And then he's got a string of winnable games here with Carolina coming up, and then Cleveland, who obviously has a really, really good defense, but a terrible, terrible offense. So yeah, I just pray that that toe stays healthy, and I expect Brock to keep doing that. Huge, huge, huge bummer with Eddie P going out, because I think after last week, I heard David Lombardi say this. After this past game, we might have surpassed and taken over as the number one special teams unit in the league. Like, I think we have the most like efficient, whatever that metric is, special teams unit in the league. If we're not number one, then it's the Seahawks and we're number 2. But I think we've overtaken them from that last game. And obviously ADP is a big part of that. The return game has been doing better. So that's a huge bummer. But good special teams, an elite offense, and then a bend but don't break defense is going to be what makes this Niners team competitive.
Well, I want to comment on Brock, but speaking of the return game, I mean, we should have started off with Sky Moore. I mean, I was so bummed when he got tackled on the one. Because I was telling Sam as we were watching the game, like, I haven't seen a Niner player return a kickoff for a touchdown since, I said Ted Ginn in 2013, but it was actually 2011. And I thought that was a punt. Was it a kick?
He had 2 in one game, and I think he had one of each.
Oh.
Wow. I wonder how
Against
many
the
players have
Seahawks,
done
right?
that.
I'm pretty. It was against the Seahawks. I'm pretty sure it was one of each. It may have been 2 punts, but I thought he did one of each.
Jeez, that is
That's
unreal.
crazy. Either way, it had been so long, and it was cool to see him like break one. That's why I started off our text chain. I was like, with that gif of, or the meme of Thanos, like, maybe I judged you too harshly.
You have not judged him too harshly, but
Yeah, I don't know. He's made some really disastrous decisions, but
but it was nice, and I'm glad for him. And it was so crazy to just go like right up the gut.
Yeah.
You don't
right up
often
the
see
middle.
that.
The blocking did most of the job there. And I think he's going to break another one. I don't know if it's going to be next week, but I think here in the next like 2-3 games, he's going to break another one and he's going to get it. He's going
I
to
mean,
get it.
even if he can just get out to like the 40 or 50, that's a huge advantage.
Mhm.
I mean,
Think about Lenore's return, how many yards he'd shoot up in his like 30+ yard return. That was an easy, I think they scored a touchdown right there.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
did.
because I remember the camera cutting to Lenore right. I think it was George's second touchdown.
Mhm.
They cut to Lenore and he was stoked. That's got to feel good when you get the turnover and they turn it into a touchdown. That's how you blow teams out. Turn turnovers into touchdowns.
I so wanted him to get in the end zone. It would have been awesome.
I thought he was when he
Yeah.
like cut it back to the other side. I was like, I just saw green grass and a blocker or two. I was like,
I wonder if he should have not cut back. I
that
think he
second time?
had Jair Brown
Yeah.
coming up behind him and Jason Pinnock in front of him.
Yeah.
And I think Pinnock was saying like, stay on my hip, follow me. And then
Yeah.
Demo cut back and got tripped up. And I don't know if he scores. Maybe he picks up a few extra yards, but whatever. It was still a great play from him to jump in front of the ball. Yeah, so I totally agree with Chasen about Brock that both of you really, like, Mac is good and Mac has kept his team's head above water and that's been awesome. But Brock takes this offense to a different level, and there was no better example of that, in my opinion, than the first touchdown to Kittle, where he cans the play, and Juice splits out, Jawan splits out, and he gets the matchup he wants and just drops the perfect dime to Kittle right in the front corner of the end zone. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, like that's Mac doesn't do that, and it's not because I don't think he can't, but Brock just knows his offense so well that he can and audible to different stuff, whereas Mac, I think, just runs whatever Kyle's calling. Brock was scrambling around a little bit in this game, which I love to see, and every time he did, I was like, ooh, is he gonna like limp back to the huddle? And like, nope, he seemed fine. So yeah, the other thing too is like, I heard someone talking about a stat that Mac Jones has been statistically the worst quarterback in the NFL over the last 3 seasons, throwing the ball 20 plus yards down the field. Mac has a high completion percentage because he kind of dinks and dunks and a little bit of that Jimmy G offense, but he does not have success throwing the ball far down the field, whereas Brock, over the last 3 years, has been one of the best. So that's another aspect of the offense that is unlocked with Brock. And we didn't really see Pearsall do anything, but I think Pearsall can really be a threat down the field, and if Brock's healthy, they could have an explosive offense. And Jason's right. If this team's going to win, it's going to be 30, 35 plus from the offense, and if the defense can hold them to 27, that'd probably be a good day.
So, yeah, Jason said a bend, don't break defense. I don't expect them to even be a bend, don't break defense. I think the best we can hope for is an opportunistic defense.
For sure. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
They need to take chances. They're either going to get gashed for chunk plays or they better get a sack or a turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the podcasts I was listening to, I thought put it really well, is they were saying like the defensive line is not going to put any pressure on the quarterback. So just put all your best run stuffers in there and just focus on stopping the run. And on the passing downs, just get your hands up and try to deflect it, because you are not going to sack the quarterback. And the secondary should essentially play like, I forget his name, but Stephon Diggs' brother with the Cowboys a couple years ago, who like led the league in pick sixes, but he was also led the league in yards against him. Where it's like, dude, just take chances. You know you're going to give up yards. You know you're going to give up points. But if you can force a turnover or two a game and give an already good offense another down or another possession or two, that's how you can beat some of these, good teams, especially when you get into the playoffs.
It reminds me of the Chiefs, or what I think we need to become is the Chiefs of like 3-4 years ago, when they were like this high-powered offense and their defense was not very good, and they were just throwing these insane blitzes, and the team would put up a ton of stats, but their quarterback would have like a couple of picks here and there. And it's like, that's what we got to become. Like, we're going to be a shootout team, throw crazy blitzes, crazy coverages, try and confuse them. If we get gashed, whatever, Purdy will come back down, throw another 7 on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a shootout team. I mean, this team's going to be fun to watch down the stretch of the season. Except maybe that Brown game could be ugly. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, that game makes me nervous because we're not that kind of team. We're not really an ugly team. And I think it's supposed to be like bad weather or something like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's late November. It's Cleveland, Ohio. I don't expect sunshine and rainbows out there. It's going to be nasty. The last time the Niners played there, remember it rained and Jake Moody missed the game winner. And Kyle historically has struggled against Jim Schwartz's defense. So we'll see. We won't get too much into that game today, but Did anybody else stand out to you guys? I mean, other than the obvious Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey with a hat trick. Did anybody else kind of stand out to you in that game?
Mm,
I know one player who stood out to me.
who?
D. Winters.
Yeah.
He was everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know his tackle total, but I felt like he was everywhere. And Nick Martin got in there, made a couple nice tackles. Actually, that was cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Alfred Collins was playing with a lot of energy and
high motor.
Yeah, high motor. I mean, him and CJ West are probably going to be the two big run stuffers in the middle that won't provide a ton of pass rush, but if they can get their hands up and start deflecting balls, those are probably going to be our guys going forward.
Yeah, it almost just hurts more that Michael Williams is out because he fits that mold of a big, strong run defender that can't rush the passer very well, but that's exactly what we want. Stuff the run and...
Well, we want the pass rush, but if you can't get it,
yeah,
stuff the run and get your hands up and try to get your hands in the throwing lanes.
Yeah.
I think Michael's going to be a better pass rusher than people give him credit for right now. I think
sure.
it's coming, and especially benefiting from like Bosa. I mean, I sure hope. I know Huff is under contract for one more year, right? I hope they actually
I believe so.
Yeah.
keep him around for one more year. I doubt that
so is Keon White, who they traded for.
Yeah, I doubt they'll do like an extension. Well, they might want to if they can get a bargain, but he'll probably be looking for another bigger deal if he can. But like, just the idea of what that D line could be with the pieces that are in house, I feel like is pretty exciting if everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, next season, if you have Bosa, Keon White, Michael Williams, and Bryce Huff, just those top four edge rushers is like pretty damn good.
I feel like Sam O isn't bad.
Sam O, yeah. I don't know what his contract situation's like, but he's a high effort player. I like him. And then if you've got CJ West, Collins, and I don't know after that in the middle.
Well, I think they kick Michael inside on the pass rush situations anyways, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to go heavy in the draft again on linemen in general because you need some reinforcements on the other side too.
I think next year's got to be the O-line draft. I mean, people have been saying that for years, right? But like what they did on the defensive side of the ball this year, that's what next year should be for the O-line draft. Just load up and hope that you hit on one or two.
I think it's just got. I mean, we don't have to get into the draft now, but it's just got to be a trenches draft, draft O and D linemen because you need both.
Yeah.
So, two quick thoughts. One, I am getting more and more high on Alfred Collins. Like the motor that he plays with, and he's flashed. He's not consistently producing, but man, if he stays healthy, that big body, that strength, that athleticism, that high motor, that athleticism, it's going to turn him into a good player. I'm thinking like year 3, he's going to be a Pro Bowler. Like I think he's going to be like a real good player, like a plus player. My second thing in terms of like players that stood out is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't watch the whole game. I watched like 3/4 of it. And I don't know the stats behind this, but they passed the eye test. I feel like the O-line played pretty dang well, and Brock had quite a bit of time to throw.
I thought the O-line played pretty well. I thought they've played pretty well the last couple games.
Yeah. Maybe Spencer Burford was the missing piece. Or don't they...
Ben Barch came back.
But they shuffle them back.
They do a rotation between Burford and Barch, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to stop that and just kind of give it to Barch, who was their starter going into week 1. I think they probably will. We'll see. I thought the O-line played pretty well. They've been running the ball better too. McCaffrey, remember the first month or two of the season, he was averaging like 3.5 yards a carry. And now
crazy that they just had their first rush of 20 yards though. Like we're this deep into the season.
Yeah, and it was about like 20 or 21 yards. It wasn't
20,
like
it was 20 exactly. I think. Yeah.
I feel like this offense is like, man, it's all the pieces are coming together. If we could just get Brandon Ayuk back,
they could actually use the pass with Brock being in there to set up the run better. Like that, it could, how
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
classic thing is always run to set up the pass. I could see this kind of evolving to the opposite. Yeah, I don't know about Ayuk there, but to go back to Ryan's question, I don't know that I feel like anybody else in particular stood out. It just felt like a good, solid win. Like it felt like everybody, did their job for the most part. I don't know that there was anybody that stood out for the wrong reasons. Like it seemed like tackling was pretty good. It seemed like, I know they didn't get a lot of pass rush, but they were disciplined. I mean, I don't think Jacoby Brissett was going to take off and run anyways, but it just felt like they played a fundamentally sound game of football to me. And on a day when the Cardinals were over there making a bunch of mistakes, that was enough to, result in a big win.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals, it'll be interesting to see them against the Panthers because I think the Panthers are a competent football team. I don't think they're a good football team, but they're competent. Whereas it feels like the Cardinals are just, they're the same old Cardinals with or without Kyler Murray. It's like you get to week 8, 9, 10, and it's like, well, we tried this year, guys. It's over. We'll just pack it in and try again next year. It just feels like they're like, I don't know why Calais Campbell didn't want to be traded from that team. I don't know why I know why he has family there or whatever, but I don't know. Like, imagine if the Niners just had him. Someone should have said something. Why didn't they sign him?
I was saying it. I was calling
No,
John
I
every
know.
If
day.
if
I
only
know.
if only Jason would have called it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but speaking of Calais Campbell, well, two crazy things that I saw. One, Alfred Collins, first guy I've ever seen block a field goal and have it still go through, so that's kind of too bad for him. Two, what about Eddie P talking smack to Calais Campbell? Like it's
Was
a
that who
little
he was talking
kicker.
smack to?
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
and and that was why the ref was like separating him after he made that field goal.
Mm,
I didn't realize it at the time, but I think Candace was like, "Why is the ref like holding the kicker back?" Like because he just made the kick and then he was like kind of staying in between them. And then I saw later when they showed like a highlight package, I think it was on the one where he went for the long field goal that,
yeah.
didn't make it and but then they had the penalty. I'm pretty sure
Well,
that was the
Calais
one where
Campbell blocked it,
Yeah.
but
right. So
he was
I'm
called the penalty.
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Eddie was talking smack to Calais after that.
I love it. I love
It's
it.
like, of all guys, the little kicker to be going up to like 6'8" Calais Campbell.
I
I
love
do
it.
remember seeing the ref in between Eddie and somebody. I didn't really know who. I didn't really think too much of it. So hearing that is funny that he was just yapping at Calais Campbell.
It's
That's
funny
hilarious.
that both of his like feisty moments have been against the Cardinals now. Like that guy really doesn't like the Cardinals.
Maybe, yeah, he just hates the Cardinals or something. I don't
Maybe
know.
they gave him a workout over the summer and they cut him for somebody else. He's like, yeah, you guys screwed up.
Yeah.
So it really sucks that he's hurt, obviously. Like he's having such this dream season, and I really wanted him to be like the Pro Bowl kicker, because he's still perfect. And maybe he will be. Maybe he only misses like 1 week and gets to come back, or who knows. Um, but there's some better kickers out there available than I realized. Like I saw some of the names that they're talking about bringing in. I was like, all right, we'll be all right. We can get through a week or two without him.
Yeah.
Who have you seen? Because I haven't seen
Jake
anybody. I know
Moody.
Jake Moody's off the board.
Oh, dang it! That's what I was hoping for. No,
The Commanders signed him off the Bears practice squad. I want see.
Oh.
I heard someone saying earlier that Adam Peters was like, "Oh, the Niners kicker's hurt. I'm gonna go sign Jake Moody because I'm gonna take that option away from them."
so
Okay. That's
who
funny.
cares? Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Because
I don't even think they would do that anyway. Yeah,
yeah, no, I think he's done forever with the Niners. I don't think that's gonna happen. But so the guys that I saw was Anders Carlson, who came in and did a couple games for him last year, which I thought he was fine when he
yeah.
was there. Matt Gay, who I think the Commanders got rid of, which apparently he had a rough game, but he's a proven NFL kicker. Greg Joseph, who was the guy that like was in camp with them, like going back and forth with Moody, like just those three guys already. But then there was one or two other names that I didn't know. But I was
Tanner
like,
Brown and John Parker Romo.
yeah, so it's like take your freaking pick, man. Like there's established NFL kickers that I feel like you can count on.
Yeah, write all those guys' names down on a piece of paper, shuffle them up in a hat, and pick one. Yeah, I'm hoping Piniero's out for 2 weeks or less.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. I think Kyle said he pulled his hamstring, so Kittle pulled his hamstring this year, and he missed quite a bit of time. And obviously, as a kicker, you're swinging that leg around. I don't know if it was his kicking leg or his plant leg. I don't know how that would affect, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
The good
Yeah.
news is it's only grade 1. So that's
yeah,
what
Kittles is more serious, I think.
Bryce Huff had a grade 1
Kittle
in
said he tore his,
2 weeks. Yeah.
which is, I'm like, what? How are you not out for the year? What are you talking about? I don't know.
built
I'm not a
different.
doctor.
Because he's George freaking Kittle. That's how.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing with shoulders that need reconstructive surgery the day he retires, and he's just playing with wraps on. And who knows how bad his shoulders are? I don't. Man, I know they're in bad shape. I've heard him talk about his shoulders, and they just like kind of can pop in and out at any moment. That's wild. There was a UFC fighter, TJ Dillashaw. You might know that name actually from Angels Camp. He had to retire because he was having a bunch of shoulder surgeries, and in training his shoulders would just like pop out,
That's so crazy.
and you just have to pop it back in. He just couldn't train and fight anymore. So it's amazing that Kittle's been playing through something like that for
Years?
yeah. I mean, since probably 2018, because I remember in 2019 when he kind of established himself as an All Pro, he had the wrap on the shoulder. So it's been probably since at least his rookie year, or at least his sophomore year, if not his rookie season. So yeah, Hall of Famer. Niners play the Panthers on Monday night. Two teams with winning records. Possible playoff implications for definitely one team. I don't even know where to go with the Panthers. Like, I haven't watched them at all. Do you guys know anything about the Panthers?
I know a little bit.
Not a lot, and I'm happy to talk about the Panthers. But you said something a minute ago about the Niners like going to be exciting to watch, and like I think Chasen said, they have this opportunity. I'm feeling pretty excited about it too. Like I'm like they have this great opportunity in front of them where I feel like they should win the next 3 games. Doesn't mean they're all gimmies or anything, but we could, be looking at a team that's 10-4, with 2 games to go. Is that what it, or 3 games to go? Sorry, 17-game season now.
Yeah, 10-4 going into the bye week. And this team's come out of the bye week hot before. Like, they could be rested.
I think it's only 2 games before the bye week, so it would be 9-4 going into the bye week because I think they get
That's right.
I think they get the Titans after the bye week. Which what a game!
Oh, I thought the Titan game was before. Do you have the schedule there, Jason?
I do. It's after the bye week, and then they play Tennessee right after that.
So they have 2 bye weeks back to back. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they have a bye week, Tennessee, and then
Mac Jones can start that game.
I look at their remaining 6 games, and I feel like there's 2 that they should win, like that I feel like they absolutely should win. 2.
Who are those 2?
I think it's the Browns and the Titans. I know you guys are talking about the trap game and the defense. I think the Browns are a disaster, and I feel like they should not lose to the Browns. That's my opinion.
I'm actually more afraid of the Browns than I am the Panthers. Like, genuinely.
And I'm more afraid of the Panthers than I think. Well, so the two games that they should lose are the Colts and the Seahawks. Although I got to see the Colts myself and like actually watch a whole game before I still have that little bit of doubt. But just based on record and what they've done and everything, I feel like those are the 2 games they should lose. And then I feel like the other 2 games are the ones that are kind of like could go either way. I'm not going to say they're toss-ups, but like it's
Seahawks
the Bears and the Panthers.
Oof.
I know that the Bears record looks better, but I actually think I'm more nervous about the Panthers than I am the Bears. The only thing that makes me feel
Hmm.
better about the Panthers is, I was reading stuff about their struggles in the run game, and I'm just not a believer in Bryce Young. So that part makes me feel good, but I think the Panthers probably have a better defense. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see. The Panthers just beat the Falcons and they barely got past them. And if you're doing the whole comparison thing, the Niners completely controlled the Falcons, and that was without Brock. So I feel like I expect the Niners to beat the Panthers, but I do feel like the Panthers could be a little more frisky than people realize.
So I'm not very afraid of the Panthers, and I'll tell you why. I think So I was watching a Lombardi video where he was breaking down unit by unit and their like efficiency level, and the Panthers are right next to the Cardinals. They're a below unit. The only thing they do in the plus territory is run the ball because they got
Mm.
Rico Dowdle, who's been just like incredible, having an incredible season. Outside of that, their defense is like in the mid to low 20s. They're one of the not the worst in the league, but they're not a very good defense. So I think Brock can put up some numbers there. Bryce Young had a great game last week, but he's been very inconsistent. He doesn't really scare me that much. And then, yeah, their run game's been great, but hey, that's the one part of our defense that's actually more of a strength. So I think we just load up the box, try and stop Rico Dowdle, and I think Purdy can outduel Bryce Young all day long.
So maybe I'm putting too much faith in the Panthers, but I feel like this is a huge game. I feel like
Mhm.
this is the game that sets them up. Um, and that's why, and keep in mind that I was thinking the Panthers are a little bit scary, so I'm like, if they beat the Panthers, I'm expecting them to then go in and beat the Browns the next week, and I'm like, this is their 3 game win streak going into the bye. Rest up and get ready for that stretch run where you can really try to, put it all together and get some rhythm going. Like, it feels like they have the opportunity to peak at the right time or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but they have to go do it. So I hope they can, because I expect that the young guys on defense are only going to keep getting better as we go. I mean, you guys have already been talking about Alfred Collins. I remember the beginning of the season we were kind of like, whatever. And now it's like, hey, all right, there's some promise. I don't know. I think Chasen, you're the one who's maybe not as high on Upton. I
Yeah.
like him. I feel like I've
Forced a
seen,
fumble.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen enough to know that, like, this guy's got something. Yeah, he's not perfect, and he's still going to be making mistakes, and he's going to get beat. But it feels like he's just right there on everything. Even the plays that guys make on him, he's still there to make the tackle, or he's inches away from a PBU or whatever. So I really like him, and I feel like he's got a bright future. And anyway, so I just think that those young guys are going to keep getting better if they can just freaking stay healthy. I'm hyped about where I think they could be going.
I think the Niners could be favorites to win the Super Bowl if they had Fred and Bosa.
Like
That's
that.
what's kind of crazy. Even without Mike Hill, although if you throw Mike Hill in that mix, if this defense was like a top 10 defense and you're getting Brock and Pearsall back and Ayuk, we'll see, and Christian and Kittle are playing the way they are, like this could be a team that's like one of the 2 or 3 favorites to go to the Super Bowl and win it. We'll see if they can, if that offense can carry them. The Panthers, they've already beaten the Packers. The Packers have shown themselves to be a little fraudulent, I think.
Yeah.
They did beat the Cowboys earlier in the year when the Cowboys offense was number 1 in the league. So
Hmm.
they've shown that they can surprise teams and be feisty.
Hmm.
Um, but there's still something about that Browns game that just scares me because I've seen the Niners go to Cleveland and play poorly and lose. So I don't really know which team scares me more. I guess I'm just going to trust in a Christian McCaffrey revenge game to carry us past the Panthers, and Kyle to finally figure out how to beat Jim Schwartz, and Shador Sanders just being awful.
Yeah.
Those factors right there, I think the Niners should go into the bye on a 3-game win streak with maybe the actual worst team in the sport coming out of the bye, and then Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, the Niners could still win this division. As
Yeah.
crazy as that might sound, I mean, the Rams and Seahawks are. I'd be curious to look at their schedule.
Their schedule is actually not too daunting. I mean, they've got a couple games. I remember seeing it. Like, I think I think the Rams.
They play the Bucks this weekend.
Yeah, I think the Bucks don't seem as tough as they were earlier. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it seems like they've kind of come down to earth. But um,
Ooh, that's a Sunday night game. That'll be a fun game.
I just don't know. Like the
So
Rams are really good, right? Like we seen
Yeah.
that they're really good. But I mean, I know that like it's the Rams Niners rivalry game, throw out the record, all that stuff. I feel like very compromised Niners teams in both matchups with the Rams this year split with the Rams. And even the game last week, like I feel like the score looked worse than it actually was. Like I feel like they're closer to the Rams than that score indicated. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. Others, might disagree.
I would
And
agree.
both of those games were without our starting quarterback. So it's just like I kind of would welcome a matchup against the Rams in the playoffs because
Ooh.
I feel like we could take them down. But anyways, I I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's any juggernauts in the NFC. Maybe the Eagles now that they got Jalen Phillips or whatever. Maybe.
their offense is so bad.
Well, that's the thing. Their offense is bad, but unfortunately, it doesn't work out too good for the Niners because their defense is good, and it would be strength versus strength.
I,
Anyways,
honestly, if the Niners had to go to Philadelphia in the playoffs, like that would be a big challenge to overcome. But it's not one where I'd be going into that game thinking like, oh, we're screwed. Like
there's no chance.
I'd be pretty optimistic about that game, especially if the Eagles are playing the way they're playing now. So
Yeah,
the Rams still play the Bucks, the Panthers, the Cardinals twice, but they do still play the Lions and the Seahawks and the Falcons.
Mm.
And who knows about the Falcons? They've got Kirk Cousins playing quarterback now. But
Really?
the Seahawks again, they're going to want revenge. The Lions and the Bucks should all be tough
that
games.
that Seahawks game that the Rams have to play is in Seattle too, isn't it?
Um, I don't know. I didn't
Did
pay attention to the Rams Seahawks this past weekend at all.
I thought they were in LA, the one that they
They may
just
have been.
played, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, you're right though. The Niners could still win this division. I feel like that would
What
take
is
a
what is the
minor
NFC West
miracle.
standings right now?
Niners are in third, I'm pretty sure, right?
Still?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are 7-3, and we're 7-4.
Oh yeah. So the Seahawks have had their bye, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And they play the Titans this coming week, so that's another win for them.
Sorry, the Titans are going to get the Seahawks. A good Seahawks team coming off a shitty loss. They're going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
There could be another 35-0 halftime score.
Do you guys think that 11 wins guarantees you a playoff spot? Or do
Yeah.
you think with the way that the standings are shaping up that you might still need help?
I think 10 will probably get you in. I think 11 would guarantee it.
See, I don't think 10 is a sure bet this year because like
Well, I mean, I said probably, but yeah. I think because it'll come down to the Niners and Bears probably. So that game will be a big deal. The Niners will need to win that one.
Huge.
I think though the other team, it's not just the Niners and Bears. I think it's also the Lions.
The Lions, yeah, because
Well, yeah, so I guess I'm expecting the Lions to remove their head from their anus and win that division.
yeah,
And then it'll be between Niners and Bears. But if they don't, then yeah. If the Bears win that division, then yeah, it'd be Niners and Lions.
I feel like the Lions are actually the scariest team in the NFC, like at least from the Niners standpoint.
I would agree. I think the Lions and the Eagles are the two scary teams, but probably the Lions a little bit more.
That's
I
funny.
think
So I agree on the Lions. The Eagles don't really scare me.
I think right now the Lions are not in the playoffs,
They're not. No, we just edged them out because they just lost.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And neither are the Bears. So that means that there's
The Bears are first in their division.
Yeah, the Bears.
Oh, I thought the Packers were. because
No,
of that
Packers.
No, the
tie.
Packers suck now.
Okay.
No, yeah, the
Well, then-
Bears are first in their division right now.
but they have Micah. They have Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Like, turns out that was dumb.
Oh,
Chicago's 7-3, and they should not have won.
Yeah, the Chicago game, the Niner and Bear game will be big. The
Mhm.
Bears, though, like, they don't really scare me. I mean, their coach is really good, and they have weapons, and that scares me for our defense. But
Mhm.
um, they've won some of these games with like miraculous fourth quarter comebacks, like the Broncos have been doing, and that's great, but that's not sustainable.
yeah.
And if the Niners can get up on them, I think they can hold the lead and win.
The Bears would be like my ideal first round like playoff matchup. Like I would
If
feel
they win their division, yeah, the Niners
Yeah.
are like the 7th seed.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
the
not a
Niners would probably have to be
believer.
a 6th seed,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bears would be a 3 seed.
Mm-hmm.
So who would the 4th seed be?
Tampa Bay is currently winning the South. Barely.
That's probably what the fourth seed will be, is the champion of the South.
Yeah.
Of the South, okay. So then the Eagles would probably be the 1 seed, and then
Yeah.
I mean,
or
unless
Seahawks or Rams would be 2.
unless the
Yeah.
Rams can, keep it up and like run the table or only have one more loss, then they'll be in the conversation for the 1 seed.
Which they very
Okay.
well could be. They're tied with the Eagles right now. They're both 8-2.
So we want the 6th seed, obviously,
Yeah.
because we want to play like the Bears or the Bucks.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want the 6th seed, because the 6th seed could get you the Lions.
Yeah.
Because if the Rams keep it up, Eagles Rams are going to be 1-2, and so then the champ of the North will probably be the 3 seed.
So we want the 6th seed if the Bears win the division.
Yeah.
There you go. I think you want that 5 seed. I think you want to go to Tampa for the first round.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't even thinking about the 5th seed. Yeah, but so
Mhm.
that'll be between probably like the Niners and the Seahawks. The
Right.
fight
And
over
so
that 5th seed.
that last game of the season could be very important. I mean, we've always known it's going to be, potentially important. I mean, there's so much to happen. Like, I look at the schedule and I feel like the Niners should absolutely, like, it feels like their floor is 3-3 for the rest of the way. I mean, obviously they can lose against anybody, any given Sunday, all that stuff. But I feel like, man, if they can't go 3-3, like, that's, sad. I feel like 4-2. Oh, hello, Sam and Noah. I feel
Even
like
said
I feel like 4-2 is very realistic for the Niners in the last 6. Not a shoe-in or anything, and anything beyond 4-2, I feel like is awesome, right? Like house money or icing on the cake, but not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, I still think the Colts can turn into a pumpkin. I mean, it just, yeah, you never know. And the Niners already beat the Seahawks. They could do it again. Like I feel like the Seahawks are the best team left on the Niners schedule if I had to rank it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think they could beat them.
The one thing about the Seahawks, I think they're very good, but I don't think Sam Darnold is a big game quarterback.
Mm-mm.
So he's going to get to the playoffs and have to make big throws to actually be competitive, and he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to throw interceptions. And that's
Yeah, I
good.
think you said that once before, that, and I don't disagree with you. And so far, you're absolutely right. Until proven otherwise, you're absolutely right. So, I will say the Colts, I think that should be a pretty good matchup. I could see that game like 35-34 final or something, because who's going to tackle Jonathan Taylor? Tyler Warren looks like a friggin' stud. Shane Steichen, I think pretty highly of Shane Steichen. I think he's really good. Of course, Daniel Jones can make a mistake, but so could Brock. So, I think the Colts have a better defense than the Niners. Of course, most teams do, but they just trade for that overrated corner. They would probably get Mooney back by then, hopefully. Did you guys see Mooney's injury?
No.
They were doing pregame warm-ups, and he was like, this is like, an hour or two before the game, and he's just like backpedaling, kind of doing drills. And one of their backup tight ends is like running a route, And as Mooney's backpedaling, he turns and they collide and just KO'd Mooney. Like,
Jesus.
laid him out on the or on the field, just no pads, nothing, and just KO'd him. And so he's in concussion protocol.
Wow.
But if
So-
they can get Mooney and Sauce out there, and they've got Buckner, and they've got other good, that rookie from UCLA is really good, so they have a pretty solid defense.
Yeah. No, I think they're a good team. I just don't know that what their record indicates good. I feel the same way about the Patriots, but maybe I just have to accept this new reality.
They give
Well, I
like
think the Patriots are better.
I think the Patriots are better too. I think the Colts are a little bit like the Vikings last year, where things just broke right, and once they hit the playoffs, they're gonna get exposed a little bit.
I mean, that wouldn't totally surprise me. I kind of feel like that's Denver, too. Like,
Yeah,
how
I would
long
agree
is
with
Denver
that.
going to come from behind in the fourth quarter and beat teams 19-16?
Yeah.
I could see a one and done for the Denver Broncos, especially if, like, the Chiefs just sneak into the playoffs in the 7th seed or something and then get a win in the wild card round, and then you got Chiefs Denver in the divisional round. It's like, yeah, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes in that spot. Sorry.
How cool would it be if
The Chiefs just didn't make it at all and they just weren't in the picture.
would love that, yes. But I was gonna say, how cool would it be if 3 of the 4 like finalists in the NFC were the NFC West teams? Like, I think it's very
Wow.
possible.
Very possible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the division's insane this year because
Mm.
it's not just like, hey, these are good teams. It's like the Seahawks and the Rams are. A lot of people are thinking these are 2 of the 5 or 6 best teams in the NFL, and a lot of people look at the Niners like they're too injured, but they just won't die either. They just keep winning. So it's like, are these guys really gonna be good? We'll see. But yeah, the top 3 in this division. And then there's the Cardinals, just kind of there.
Mhm.
Limping along. Do you think that they're gonna fire Gannon?
Yeah,
So
I don't think it'll happen this week, but I don't think
Somebody-
he'll be here next year.
somebody had
Kyler
asked
Murray.
me if I thought he was in trouble. I was like, no, I think he'll get one more year. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, this is year 3 for him, right?
It's year 3 for him, and I think Kyler Murray is done. So are they going to let him draft a quarterback, and then that guy's like has a bad rookie year, and then they fire him and bring in a new guy? Like, no, you just hit the full reset button. Gannon's gone, Kyler's gone. I don't know their GM, but whoever, that guy might be gone too, and you just got to flush it and restart.
Yep. Kyler Murray, the next quarterback of the Raiders.
Seriously, I could totally see that. Raiders, Jets, Dolphins. Wherever he goes, he's still going to be mid. Probably should have played baseball. All right, we'll
So-
call it there.
Well, I feel like I took us way down a rabbit hole. Do you want to do score predictions? Because I went
yeah.
talk bigger picture, and we didn't focus a whole lot on the Panthers. But I also think
No, I like that conversation because there's a lot of interesting outcomes to still be had. Yeah, what do you guys think of the Panther game? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna say 38-24 Niners win.
Does Christian McCaffrey get his revenge and go for like $150 and 3 tutties?
Yes, I'm gonna say that exactly.
Those
Buck
are-
50 and
those
3
are-
tutties.
those are Tevin Coleman numbers.
Mhm.
Man, I don't know if Christian's that good.
Wow. I hadn't even really thought about the score, but that is a big number. But I mean,
Would you say 38-24?
Yeah.
I honestly, I could see it like, and this is like, oh, look at the Niners offense. Like, I could just see the, narrative. This offense is humming, put up 40 plus against the Cardinals and follow that up with 37 or 38. So I could totally see it. I'm going to temper my expectations a little bit more, but not much. I'm going to say the Niners win, and I'm going to say it's 34. Oh, man. I'll say 34-24. 10-point win.
I think we're all kind of on the same page. I'll take the Niners 31-20. I think the defense will probably force a turnover. It might be similar to the Cardinal game where they're like giving up plays, but they force a turnover or two, and the Niners convert those, and they're maybe going for 2 a little more than they normally would, so they only kick 1 field goal. So I'll say 4 tutties and a field goal, 31-20. Niners win.
Isn't Bryce Young kind of small?
Yeah,
Kind of
Like
small.
height wise. I know he's slight of build, but height wise, isn't he also
He's like
short?
5'8".
Yeah.
he's a small
Okay.
fella.
He's the smallest quarterback in the sport, easily.
So this is the week to don't worry about getting sacks. Just get those hands up, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just collapse. Use the big dudes to collapse the pocket and make him uncomfortable, and get the hands up, and you know that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay in your rush lanes. Exactly. Just collapse it around him and just get the hands up because you're not going to get there. And put Demo on Tet McMillan and let those two guys just get in fist fights all game long. And yeah, we should be all right.
I looked it up, and Bryce Young is tied with Kyler Murray for being the shortest quarterbacks in the NFL. Apparently, they're both 5'10". That's what Google
Listed,
says.
right?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You heard it here first. Niners win on Monday night.
Love
See you
it.
guys later.
Later,
All
guys.
right. Peace out. Go Niners.